Good afternoon. Fade to Black breaking news for this Monday, September 23rd, 2024. This is all of the news that you need. I'm Jimmy Church. I hope that everybody had a great, safe, fun, and amazing weekend. I did. Lisa Reed came over. We went out to dinner. Just one of my oldest friends in the world went out to dinner on Saturday to the Raven's Nest, my favorite restaurant here in town. And but rode my Harley all weekend, and the weather started to warm back up. It's been really cold out here. Strange, I know, but yeah, I had a great, fun, and productive weekend. And so there you go, kicking off another week here on Fade to Black. Starting with tonight, we've got a huge week on the show tonight. Jason Quitt is back. Quitspiracy 13. And I'm going to talk about this tonight with Jason a little bit, but I haven't spoken to Jason in like a few months. And I did a presentation on the Alaska cruise, and that included his book and some other stuff. So anyway, he was kind of on my mind. And then yesterday on Instagram, I was posting some pictures of the weekend, and I see a clip of Jason on Instagram, and I went, man, that's the universe reaching out. So I called Jason last night, booked him on the show tonight for Quitspiracy 13. Or is it? It's weird. You follow the universe and you go where it takes you. So tonight, Jason Quitt is back for another Quitspiracy, something we haven't done in quite a while. Tomorrow night, Robert Grant is here. Polymath and Philomath is the title of the show. One of the big brains out there in our community that is doing so much for us, joining us tomorrow night on the show. Big night, Robert Grant. Wednesday night, Andy Marcial is with us, and he is a ufologist and a researcher of 15 years out of Puerto Rico. And we're going to be talking about UFOs, USOs, and UAPs and all of his research. That's Wednesday night. And then Thursday night, get ready. Eben Alexander is here. First-time guest. We're going to be talking about his book. He's a neuroscientist, neurosurgeon. And his book, Proof of Heaven, and his near-death experience. Big night on Thursday. All right, let's get this started. On this day in history, 1846, German astronomer Johann Gottfried Galilei discovers the planet Neptune at the Berlin Observatory on this day in 1846. Now we know Neptune's got rings, it's got 14 moons, but wasn't discovered until 1846. Here's your fader fact. Japan has one vending machine for every 40 people. And that's crazy. And that is your fader fact. Let's get to the breaking news. Huge news here in the state of California and for the country. Yesterday, California Governor Gavin Newsom signed a bill that will prevent grocery stores from providing plastic bags to customers beginning in 2026. I don't know why they just didn't make this like into law tomorrow. The legislation comes 10 years after the state banned plastic grocery bags and required stores to distribute reusable or recyclable plastic bags. Now, here's the rub. Only 2% of customers were reusing the plastic bags provided from stores, as they are harder to recycle. Not a single municipal recycling facility in California accepts them. So, starting in 2026, you must bring your own bags to stores or use paper bags that will be provided by the retailer. Me, I got Trader Joe's cloth bags. That's right. And I've got 6. I've got 6. I've never used all 6 at the same time. But yeah, that's what I do. I grab my Trader Joe's no matter where I'm at, and I walk in proudly with those cloth shopping bags. A Scandinavian Airlines flight had to make an unscheduled landing after a mouse ran out of a passenger's in-flight meal last Wednesday. Are you freaking out? I am. The aircraft was flying from Oslo to Malaga in Spain, but had to divert to Copenhagen, Denmark instead. Passengers on the flight were later flown to Malaga on a different aircraft that didn't have mice on the menu, by the way. All right, guys, could you imagine the freak out of that? Wow. Well, 8 new emojis are coming out in 2025 to smartphones and computers. I didn't know there was like an emoji standard, but there is. And they are an exhausted face with bags under his eyes. Its eyes. Let's stay correct here in their eyes, I should say, right? A root vegetable, a harp, a leafless tree, a fingerprint, a shovel, and a purple splatter, and a flag for the remote island in the English Channel called Sark. There you go. I don't use emojis. I use the ones that pop up, right? Like BAM, or the cool one with the sunglasses every time I type the word cool. It's about as far as I go. I know nothing about emojis. For the first time in history, Chinese scientists have revealed what kind of material lies on the far side of the moon. A mixture of basalts and foreign ejecta, largely different from the previous samples of mostly ballistic volcanic rocks collected from the near side. Now, the far side samples contain significantly more light color particles such as glass and feldspar compared with the Chang'e 5 samples from the moon's near side. The new samples also have lower density that is more loose and porous than the near side. The scientists are calling it fluffier. Yeah. And finally, I'll leave you with this. This is crazy. In a historic medical breakthrough, King Faisal Specialist Hospital and Research Center in Saudi Arabia has become the first healthcare facility in the world to perform a fully robotic heart transplant. The operation was successfully conducted on a 16-year-old patient suffering from an advanced stage of heart failure. The 2.5-hour surgery, led by Dr. Faris Khalil, a leading Saudi cardiac surgeon, by the way, showcased the immense potential of robotic surgery in the medical field. The procedure used a minimally invasive robotic technique, accessing and replacing the heart without the need for a chest incision. You know what I'm talking about? Anybody that's had a heart operation, they have the zipper down the chest. Not anymore. The successful transplant represents a paradigm shift in cardiac care, demonstrating the effectiveness of robotic surgery and complex heart procedures by replacing the conventional open chest approach with robotic assisted techniques. And that is amazing. Seriously. Oh, there you go. There's all the Fade to Black breaking news that you need for Monday, September 23rd, 2024. Fade to Black breaking news is produced by Renee Neumann. I'm Jimmy Church. Tonight on Fade to Black, Jason Quitt is back for Quitspiracy 13. Or is it? All right. I'll see you tonight on Fade to Black. Until then, all I've got is Go Backley Tappy.